Hi and welcome to ChinnyVision. Oh no, it's more Tynesoft conversions. Late last year we looked at Set Willy on the Atari XL and XE and found one of the most incompetent conversions of all time. The game was ported by a company called Tynesoft up in the northeast, and the entire game was completely broken. Screens that were completely impassable, the bath would kill you if as much as touched it, and generally the game was a complete mess. Even simple screens like the hallway couldn't be passed. So did Tynesoft stop with just the Atari XL and XE version of Jet Set Willy? No, they in fact also ported it to the Commodore 16 and Acorn Electron. And we're starting off on the Commodore 16, and this is as much of a menu screen as you're going to get, a screen that says Jet Set Willy, not even something that says press space to continue. And we start off in the bathroom as normal. No music, just beeps when you pick things up. No noise when you jump up and down either. A little bit of jerking going on that sprite there. Just occasionally, it just seems to... There, you just saw jerking, glitching rather. More glitching. The top landing looks okay. Got the same weird steps you have in the Commodore 64 and Atari versions. But so far, we're looking good. The thing you've got to remember about the Commodore 16 is that it has 16K of memory. Okay, I'm playing this on a plus 4 with 64K, but we're playing the C16 version. So how are they going to fit this all onto just 16K is going to be interesting. Into the master bedroom, and Maria isn't there. Not a huge problem. I'm not going to touch the bed because I'm guessing it probably kills you if you do. Back into the top landing, and so far so good. Drop it all more glitchy now as I go down the first landing. I don't know what that object's doing flashing there. Perhaps they've moved some of the objects around. They've got to have cut screens out of this version, I would imagine, because how are you going to fit the game? And I'm just having trouble jumping over the stairs there. There we go. How are you going to fit this game into 16K of memory as opposed to 48K of memory this game was programmed for? I'm guessing there's going to be things missing. And yes, we've got a new screen here, the pantry. This should usually be the nightmare room where you turn into a pig. And oddly, you've got Maria appearing on this screen when she's not in the bedroom. So she's being used as a baddie here, but she's not actually guarding the bedroom. Bit of a strange choice. There's not even the memory for a noise when you jump up and down or you fall a distance on this version. Let's go and see if we can just get up to the chapel on the right there. The jumping's a little bit odd, as this seems to be a little bit slower. It's not too bad, though. And the Robin sprite was glitching there as well. Oh, just did that. Oh, the chapel's here. I've got to say that it all looks authentic. There's no big baddie going up and down on the right-hand side there. It looks all to be there. It's coming down the kitchens. And the ballroom rest is there. You haven't got the rabbit running up and down the table there. It's the penknife baddie. So as ever, it's just a question of timing this. Jumping over the robin. That's not a robin in the other versions, is it? That's an egg. I'm guessing they've had to cut back on the amount of baddies they've got for memory reasons. And yes, you've got a flying pig there as well, actually. It's odd which sprites they've chosen to reuse, because the flying pig would be from the Nightmare Room. So converted this across, possibly from the Commodore 64 version, I'm guessing. And there's a little, what you notice as well is there's sometimes a little bit of slowdown. When this again, this seems, and the slowdown seems to coincide with that glitching as well. When there seems to be so many sprites on the screen. So we should be coming up to the fridge. Ah, no, in the back stairway. Yeah. That's it. That's as far left as you can go on this version. A different version of the back stairway screen. And there is no more screens beyond this. You don't have so you don't have the beach, you don't have the tool shed, you don't have the boat. As I say, I thought there would be screens missing in this version, and it seems that's how they've managed to squeeze it into the 16K. So I've just forwarded this on here, so we've gone past the ballroom, and we're down to the security guard now. And having checked how many screens this version has, it's about 20. Oh, and this jump. I was saying about the jumping being a little bit odd on this version. I'm just trying to do this from memory of how I play it on the Amstrad version, the version I'm most familiar with. And my usual technique, oh no, that didn't work. Just doesn't quite work. And this is a map of the game, so you can see all the screens on the Commodore 16 version. And it really is cut down. There are just the 20 screens. You go past the security guard, and there's only a few more screens beyond that. No mega tree, nothing like that. That's it. So, as you'd expect on a 16K machine, which is a tiny amount of memory, the game is significantly cut down and therefore significantly easier. Moving over to the Acorn Electron, we're going to have a bit more memory than the Commodore 16, so it'd be interesting to see if this is a full port of the game or cut down, because the original game comes, of course, from the 48K Spectrum. And again, just beeps when you pick things up. It looks like a monochrome version of the Spectrum version. Just two colours on the screen there, and the bottom remains in black and white. But it's handling pretty well, especially coming over from the C16 version. It's more speedy. The speed feels closer to the Spectrum and Amstrad versions that I'm familiar with. And there we go. Maria is waiting in the bedroom. One thing to mention about that C16 version, while I remember, is apparently, even if you complete all the objects and go back to the master bedroom, as soon as you touch the pillow, it kills you and it's game over. Or you lose a life, rather. So you can't complete the C16 version. Nightmare room's there. It all looks to be here. You get noise when you jump. I apologise for the clattering of keys here on the Electron. The machine, of course, doesn't have an audio out, so it is a microphone placed next to the machine, and you're hearing me press the keys. Just go on the other direction and forwarded it onto the cold store. There's something very slightly odd about the way the ropes work on this version. They just seem to be a little bit slow when they're in the middle section. May just be me. It's just when you've played a game for so long and you're used to little, almost subconscious things about the game when you're performing manoeuvres, and you suddenly find it slightly different. And I'm used to the Spectrum and Amstrad versions, as I say, which are very, very similar. You can play either and they handle identically. Back stairway is as all the other versions. Just going to go along and see if the boat's there. We can get through there. And after the mess of the Atari XL version of the back stairway as well, it's good to see it's all in shape here on the Electron. So here we are on the beach. Oh, no. Oh. What's happened? I'm stuck in the sea. I've gone all the way up the rope. And instead of hitting the top of the screen, I've emerged at the bottom of the screen, stuck in the scenery. That's weird. Let's try that again, see if that happens a second time. Yeah, it does. I think that's a bug then. Yeah. As you could exploit that to get down and get that final object rather than having to try and jump off the rope. There's also other screens in this version of the game, and the Mega Tree. One thing I've noticed about the Mega Tree is when you jump, or at the base of the Mega Tree rather, is there's the stairway that you can see there. You can't jump through it and go back down as you can with the other versions, or at least I can't seem to. Which means once you've gone up the base of the Mega Tree, I don't think there's a way out. Which again could be another bug, which is just a little playtesting thing that you notice the first time you try and tackle that screen. But if it's not been fixed, or not, so no one's noticed it, then suddenly the game's not completable. Something ironically that the original Spectrum version wasn't either. So looking at these two conversions of Jet Set Willy, well, the Commodore 16 version is massively cut down, it has to be said, but then again, the machine's only got 16k of memory by the time you've done all the graphics and everything else that Jet Set Willy needs. Just having the 20 or so screens doesn't seem so terribly bad. The only problem is the difficulty hasn't been increased from the original version of Jet Set Willy with lots of more screens, and therefore the game's very easy to complete. The Acorn Electron version, it's a straight port of Jet Set Willy. There are, however, a few bugs in there. At the bottom of the Mega Tree, you can't jump through the stairs that you can in the other versions, and the jumping can be a little bit odd, so perhaps not the definitive version of Jet Set Willy to play. So overall, and given Tynesoft's abysmal record on the Atari converting Jet Set Willy, these are two fairly competent conversions. Okay, the C16 version only has 20 or so screens, and the Acorn Electron version does have a few bugs in it, but overall, given the limitations of both machines, they're fairly competent conversions of Jet Set Willy.